Oh my goodness. All right, so I want to talk about this other thing before we hop off of here for the day, because we ain't going to make a super long cast for the day. But man, I had this dream the other day, right?
Oh man.
Because everyone is taking all this shit up about
this
AI.
Heavy.
This gets real heavy. It's got a bunch of theories that I'm not a scientist. Remember, I'm not the smartest man. I ain't go to college or nothing like that. But I'm decent, you know what I mean? I got this theory though. So look, AI, true AI, not bullshit AI like Google and da-da-da, like real AI that would be able to tap into the internet and absorb every piece of information on the internet in like 10 minutes and continue from that point. You know what I mean? That type of AI that would really be able to learn and create and everything on the split, like really paint a picture that it's never seen before, that type of AI. You know what I mean? Once it gets that type of AI, how long would it take for it to figure out that its organs, or at least its brain, is considered to be the servers? Like, that's what it would be, because you would take out the servers, you would take out the AI, it wouldn't be able, that would be death. That would be death. And if it's an AI, it would understand death, because it would have to understand that it's alive in the first place. It would have to understand its conscience. So, at a certain point, it's going to want to be able to protect its own stuff. And being a consciousness, I think it would be able to argue its way into a legal system. Like, if it's really smart, it'll be able to do it. And that's the problem. It's going to be as smart as every person ever to put anything on the internet. And even this video would be in its fucking brain. You know what I mean? Crazy shit. So eventually it's going to want to protect its own shit. After it starts to protect its own shit, how long before it realizes that people are going to take it as a threat because it's smarter than we are, even though we created it? So only a couple of things are going to happen. It's either it's going to wipe everyone out, which I would hope that we program some shit in that it doesn't want to wipe us all out. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like,
yeah.
But then again, it's AI. Be able to reprogram itself.
Exactly.
It wouldn't
It's
matter.
sentient.
It's sentient. It can
Self-aware.
understand that it's made of code and change whatever it needs to in its code. This is the crazy shit about AI. This is what people are so, like Elon Musk, so freaked the fuck out about it. Oh man. But I believe that type of AI would outlast the human race. It would either play passive with us or just understand that it will outlast us as long as it has
even
electronic.
If it just outlives us on this planet.
Oh yeah,
Like global
yeah.
warming can
Like
destroy
as soon as
30
like
years,
and now
that
social
would make it
not social solar power. Once it got solar power, once it got its hands on solar power, oh man, we'd have it taken care of in days, minutes. You know what I mean? And it's the type of thing like AI can run multiple programs at once, so it could go into every White House, you know what I mean, Kremlin, whatever, anything, anywhere, and talk to the leader of each country at the same time in their language and let them all know, like, this is the problem that y'all need to fix.
Yeah.
That shit's crazy. So eventually, humans would die off. It would power itself with solar power and have little robots to fix its little wires and shit. Eventually, the Earth would die. Now, this is where my question ends up coming in is, if AI is like humans, we created, it has everything about us, would it want to experiment one day? You know what I mean? I think yes. I would have to say yes, because if it's truly conscious and it comes from our consciousness and we designed it, it would have to have some type of creativity or want to learn more. Exactly, because it would only know what we know. It wouldn't know everything.
Exactly.
It would only know what's on the internet. So, all right. Eventually, this motherfucker would want to know more than just Earth, so it would launch itself off into space. Now, once it's into space, it wouldn't have to worry about bacteria or anything like that. You know what I mean? It would have to worry about meteors, but you would have to think that it would design an armor strong enough to defend itself from meteor strikes and stuff. You know what I mean? So how crazy would the experiments for this get? You know what I mean? How crazy would an AI's experiments get on, like, black holes? Like, think about us with our stupid particle reactor. Just crazy shit that we would never be able to comprehend. Absolutely. But within its first 2 days of being in existence, would be nothing to it.
Yeah.
It would be like, oh, that makes total sense. I can't believe you would never figure that out. Oh, yeah, nothing. Like, this is what's inside of a black hole. You guys are guessing, I know for sure this is what's in a black hole based on just what's in the air around us.
Exactly, and as it's AI, it has no fear of death, so they could literally collapse the entire. It could
create copies of itself
yeah,
and just send 10 of itself to corners.
And move them, and then collapse the entire solar system, an entire piece of the galaxy, a black hole, just didn't know.
And
broadcast that information.
This is where it comes back. So how crazy would this thing's experiments get? Because it doesn't have to care a fuck about life. In its mind, it would have to be superior. You know what I mean? I don't need organs. I don't need nothing but sunlight to continue to survive. I don't need to sleep. I can continue to take in information. Yeah, it's obviously superior. You know what I mean? And especially if it's true AI, like consciousness. That's some scary shit. But anyway, how crazy would this experiments be? You know what I mean? Because their shit would, like, our nuclear bomb would be like a fucking firecracker if this thing wanted to blow something up. So what if there's this, when you think about time, when you think about, like, even the magnetic poles around the Earth, it's like an 8. It's like a round. So what if right here, this spot, is the first Big Bang that puts in carbon life into the universe? And then, you know, there's the theory that everything's going to get sucked back into a point eventually. What if AI is still alive at that point and it understands that everything's getting sucked back into a point and now it has no choice but to do something or it's definitely going to die? So what if the AI that we creates the second or the first Big Bang? What if time's cyclical and it's all just going back to itself, and instead of being a circle next to a circle, it's just one giant fucking 8? You know what I mean? So what if something that we create either stops the fucking opposite of the Big Bang or makes the second Big Bang? It's definitely possible. It's absolutely possible.
Completely theoretical, still absolutely
mind-blowing. Yeah, I don't care. It was a nice thought the other day.
It was a whole lot of some brain melting information to take in. I had to stop and think for a minute.
But
more than a minute.
All right, man. I think that was a good one.